All right. Humans and freaks. Kind of a controversial topic, but not really. If you are red pill aware, and when I say red pill, I mean the red pill manosphere that we all know of. On YouTube, you can look up Kevin Samuels, Coach Greg Adams, Richard Cooper, Rollo Tomasi, one of the OGs of the red pill, going back to the year 2000. Those are some names you can look up. But basically, what I want to talk about is what kind of sex are you getting? Okay? Specifically, I'm going to talk to Christian men that are married. I'll touch on you men who are not in the Christian world as well a little bit later, because you guys are in a whole different, obviously, world with a whole different set of, rules and a different worldview and just all that. So anyway, real quick, there's kind of three categories I want to touch on. So you have duty sex. So is your wife, I'll talk to men, but women can get this too. Don't get it twisted. Men can do this to women, but it's very rare, but it does happen. But let's talk about it from a man's perspective. So men, Christian men that are married, are you getting duty sex? Are you getting transactional sex? Or are you getting pity sex? So those three things from your wife: transactional sex, duty sex, or pity sex. But see, what you really want is this. You want validational sex. That's the sex you really want as a man from your wife. Validational sex. What do I mean by validational sex? So there's something called genuine burning desire. A lot of men are in millions, all over this planet, but specifically we'll mention America. A lot of men are in marriages where their wife has no genuine burning desire for you. I know, man. I know. This is hard to hear. It's a harsh word, but it's true. You need to hear this stuff. Your wife married you for basically every other reason than the fact that she wants to have sex with you. I mean, dude, I'm sorry, I gotta say it. It has to be said. So I'm 40 now, and I got red pilled when I was 16 in gyms, working in gyms, alongside older men that would come in and coworkers. And so you women think you're the only ones that compare notes, because we all know women talk, man. They can't help it. That's just how they're wired. Women talk about every little detail with their girlfriends and everything. That's just how they are. I'm not knocking you women. That's just how you are. It's how you're hardwired. But men share notes as well. And I would see these men on a daily basis in the gyms coming in. I'm 16 to 20 years old. Those 4 years, I always say, those were the 4 years that educated me on the red pill hardcore. And it wasn't even called red pill back then. We didn't have a name for it back then. But men compare notes too. So, and I'd see these men, married men. And when I say married, I mean governmental contract. See, that's a whole other concept and video. I do not suggest you get a government marriage contract. Do not get that. But that's a separate video. But let's get back to the topic. So these men would come in and they'd be complaining about this and that and this and that and this and that. And I'm 16 to 20 years old, and I'm like, dang, there's a lot of men out there really unhappy in their marriages and with their wives. And dang, okay. And I took note. checked the little box in my brain. But yeah, guys, it all comes back to this genuine burning desire. So she may have married you, again, sad to say, but just for money. You know, maybe she looking for some money, some security. And you may say, well, I don't have much money. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The woman benefits from the government marriage contract. All the benefits are for her. You get none, Mr. Man. You get none. So when you sign a governmental marriage contract, man, you get no benefits from that. The woman gets all of them. Okay? So it doesn't matter. You don't need to be rich. You just need to be a man. And the woman knows this going in. So, yeah, so she may have married you for money. She may have married you for, look, again, sad to say, but their clock was winding down. I would strongly advise. Now, this is not across the board for all women. So before you women get all mad, just relax. I'm not saying every woman that's around age 30 does this, but a vast majority of you do. So her biological clock was winding down. And that's why you in general, as a rule of thumb, you want to avoid and not marry women around age 30. Don't do it. There's an exception, yes. There's exceptions, of course. There's exceptions. But in general, women right around age 30, their biological clock is winding down. And they're looking for a husband and they're looking for kids 5 years ago. They wanted that husband and kids 5 years ago, bro. So they're in overtime and you're just... A lot of times you're just that guy that's just there. She doesn't really have genuine burning sexual desire for you. You're just there. You're just convenient for her. And don't ever tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, because I'm talking from 25 years of anecdotal experience, guys, of talking with men, seeing men. And see, you Christian pastors, I wonder, how often do you bring this stuff up in your councils with men? In your churches, because a big part of problems in marriage, guys, and again, I'm talking to Christian men in marriage, is, and let me include you men who aren't Christians, okay? Just men across the board. Millions of men experience this. It's very sad. But your wife she'll turn off the spigot. She'll turn off her sex spigot, okay? No more sex for you. She'll turn it off. She has a variety of reasons why she does this, but you're in a sexless marriage. A lot of men are in sexless marriages. And when I say sexless, I don't mean necessarily never, but I mean like once a month, maybe twice a month. And so what she's doing, even once a week, I'd say. So what she's doing is she's giving you breadcrumbs. Okay, yeah, that'll keep him, that'll keep him satisfied for a little while. All right. Oh, yeah. Good doggy. Here's a treat. Yeah, go, I'll give him some sex so he goes and buys me this, or, let's just, I know, man. I know. My guys out there. I know, bro. It's, you don't want to hear this, but this is the reality on a lot of levels for a lot of men. This is the reality. So, you Christian pastors, most Christian pastors are not going to talk to you like this. They're not going to tell you this stuff. They're just not. Because most churches are actually kind of female dominant. Mostly women, majority of church members are women, and sadly, a lot of churches are about money, and you got to keep the money coming in, and let's not upset the women here. Let's not criticize the women. You always hear men criticized from pulpits, but you rarely, if ever, hear women being criticized from the pulpit, and that is a crying shame. Crying shame. Very sad. You women are not any more innocent than men. You're not. So cut the crap. So my overarching point here is this. Men, know when you're getting genuine burning desire validational sex and when you're getting transactional, pity, or duty sex. I'm keeping this video short, but we'll talk about this more later. All right. God bless.